Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Jada Hendricks, your host, and today we're going to be talking about discipline and boundaries. Okay, two of them, both of them, because I'm going to tell you right now, you need both of them to be able to do one of them, in my opinion. Okay, so without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. Okay, everyone, this is episode 5, and I'm super excited about this one because I feel like everyone needs to understand and learn this like so badly because you know I've experienced it, obviously. Of course, I have. I've experienced not having boundaries. I've experienced not having any discipline. And I started to have discipline, like create discipline in my life and set boundaries for myself and others. So, yeah, it makes me so much like 10 times better than what I used to be. And I know if you start doing it, believe me, you will see a change, okay? And you already know we need a change, okay? We need a change in our life, especially when we're feeling behind in life and we feel like people will take advantage of us. And we just, you just want to be able to feel like you have your life together, you have things set in stone, you feel secure within yourself. It's the best feeling to have. Okay, so we are going to start off with discipline because I truly feel like having discipline before boundaries, like, of course. So I was actually having a discussion with my boyfriend about this, and he felt like I didn't make sense, but I felt like I made sense a little bit. You guys let me know. I feel like starting off with discipline is better just because if you don't have any discipline and boundaries, right, then starting off with discipline, it's kind of like, okay, you can discipline yourself to set these boundaries, but like keep those boundaries, right? So if you set boundaries, right? Say if you don't have the discipline to keep those boundaries. That's how I looked at it. I don't know if that's like, if that makes sense to you guys, but I feel like if you set boundaries and you don't have discipline, there is a chance that you can basically fold and put your boundaries back down low because you don't have the discipline to stay where you want, like to be stern, like, no, this is how I want it to be. This is my boundaries. This is where they're set. And that's how they're staying. Since you don't have that discipline, you're just like, okay, we can knock it down a few notches because you don't have any discipline to keep it at the level that you actually want it to be at. So I feel like having discipline is just the first thing I would focus on, right? So you could still set your boundaries, but try to focus a lot on being disciplined so that those boundaries are set. So, for instance, for me, being disciplined, right? Let's talk about being disciplined. Being disciplined has a lot to do with yourself, obviously, and it has a lot to do with you being stern with what you say and what you want in life, right? So, say if, for an example, you want to start going to the gym. And you start going to the gym for like a week, and then a week goes by, and you're like, okay, well, I could skip this week. It's fine. Or this day. No, that's where you have to start understanding discipline comes into play. Because if you start to feel like, okay, if I skip a day, then I can skip another day because I skipped last week's day, like I'll be fine. No, what you want to do is stay stern on what you say you're going to do. So, for an example, me with YouTube, I said I'm going to post Sundays and Wednesdays, and I've been doing Sundays and Wednesdays. And don't get me wrong, baby, listen, sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like recording sometimes because, life starts lifing and you have a lot going on in your life and it's normal, right? But I still do it and I'm disciplined with myself because I know that in the long run, I will look at it and I will be so, so, so proud of myself that I was staying strong and disciplined within myself, right? So I feel like that is very important because when you look at things in the long run, you will see and you will be like, I'm so happy that I was so hard on myself because now I'm in this position in my life where my discipline took me to because I allowed my discipline to take over. And, I'm being disciplined. I'm going to do what I know that I need to do and not what I want to do, not what I feel like doing, but what I need to do, right? You need to start looking at life like that, because if you continuously look at life like, it can come later, I can hold it off, you're going to, okay, you're right here, right? You're going to literally, instead of going forward and progressing, you having that mindset of, oh, that can wait, that can hold off, you're honestly going backwards. You're continuously just you're never going to move forward because you're so stuck in this mindset of laziness. I feel like laziness has a lot to do with not having discipline. And this is for a lot of people, and I've noticed people even in my life, even myself, for instance, that I've dealt with not having good discipline because of being lazy and just using a lot of things as excuses so that I don't have to do something, right? And honestly, it comes to a point where it's just like you're just treating yourself as a joke at that point because you're not caring for yourself. You're not doing things to progress. You don't get anywhere in life by sitting there and life is just easy. Life is not easy when, especially where you want to get in life. If it's something that you have to work hard for, you have to build this discipline within yourself. And yeah, it does take time, right? And yes, it's not easy. And yes, I struggle with it, damn near every day sometimes, but I still have the discipline and I'm still hard on myself because at the end of the day, if I'm not, then I will not get to where I want to be in life. I feel like another one with discipline could be like, stop people pleasing. Okay. So I feel like when people please and do things for other people, they tend to put their, I guess, priorities to the side. So say, for instance, you have to do something, right? For me, I have to make a video today, but somebody wants me to come out and have brunch with them, right? Even though you may want to and they want you to and you want to make them happy, right? You have to think about it. Okay, I need to do this. For me, I need to do this video. That's gonna have to wait. No matter how bad you want to do it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting to do this. I've been wanting to go to brunch with this person. This person's been like waiting. We've been planning, but the day that they planned it, it's a last minute thing or whatever the case may be. You need to stick with your plan, especially if your plan is something that is going to progress you, make you move forward, right? It's going to do good for you in the end. You want to always look at things in life. Whatever I do, it's going to better me and it's for the best for me, right? It's everything's for me for the best. So, with that being said, you have to stop people pleasing. And I just feel like a lot of it comes with always people pleasing in your past. So that's what you're used to doing. And that's for me, for instance, honestly, like I would people please so much in the past to where it was so hard, and it still is kind of hard to say no to someone. And I feel like they're going to be upset with me. They're going to be, they're going to feel some type of way. They're going to treat me differently. But then it's like, you know what? I have to be stern with what I say and what I do. And if I fold, then they're going to be like, oh, this person's always going to fold. This person's always going to end up, giving in, basically. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you don't want to be looked like that. You don't want people to look at you like you are someone that they can walk all over. So stop that people pleasing, because if you don't stop that people pleasing, girl, boy, whoever you are not going to have the discipline that you actually need in life to progress. Having discipline is something very important to have, you guys, and I really, really recommend you guys to start working towards that, because it honestly will help you so much in life to grow, and nobody really sees it until they actually start to do it. So just changing your daily habits honestly is a step to having discipline with yourself and staying stern with what you're going to do. Write it down, write your day down. This is something that you can start off to do to work your way to having good discipline within yourself. You could start writing down your day prior right, to the day that comes up, right? If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Write your day down the night before, okay? And plan everything down. However, whatever you need to get done, okay? Whatever you need to get done, write that down, and the next day you get everything done, okay? Do it. Do everything that you need to do in that day. I find that when you have like your days, you have your days planned, it's so much more. First of all, the day flows way better and you accomplish everything because at this point you have it planned out. You have to accomplish those things that you've written down. Okay, so that's how I started to teach myself. I've written down everything that I need to get done in that day, and I accomplish those things. And you keep doing it every single day, you can do it, right? And then once you continuously do it, it starts to become a habit. Okay. And these are good habits to have because now I'm setting down the things that I need to accomplish in a day and I'm being disciplined with myself because I am doing and I am getting these things done. And now I'm progressing in life because whatever these things are, they're making you move forward regardless. And start setting them goals, you guys. You need to make sure you have goals in life because if you don't have goals in your life, what are you living for, right? You need to have goals to be able to become the best version of you and the person you want to be. Don't just live to just live, right? Live to really live. Live that life that you dream of because you only have one life. And I'm telling you, you need to live that the life to the fullest. Like whatever you dream of becoming and being and doing, make it happen. And the only way you're going to make it happen is setting those goals and the steps towards those goals, right? So do it and be disciplined with yourself every day. Write it down. Writing is one of the most importantest things in my life that I've ever done, if that's even a word, important, sis. The most important thing in my life that I have done, okay, that has driven me so much, that has made me become who I am, who I'm becoming, and it's helped me so much with so much anxiety, depression, discipline, boundaries, and so forth. So many different things, okay? So writing is something that I find that is so helpful and it's very I feel like it helps you grow. And I definitely recommend you guys to start. Okay, boundaries is super important. We're moving over on to the boundaries part. I feel like this one right here, if you don't got no boundaries, baby, everyone's gonna run over you. Like run straight over you, like a bus. Like a bus just hit you. Because I'm telling you, not having boundaries is something that will really tear you down as a person because you're not allowing yourself to be you. Like, you're basically just letting people do whatever. And not even just with people. You also need to start setting boundaries for yourself. Okay? And that is very important because it seems like people think, "Oh, I need to set my boundaries so these people know," right? But you need to set your own boundaries within yourself. Girl, don't forget about you. You're your most important person in life, and setting boundaries within yourself, I feel like is very self-reflecting. Like you could just self-reflect on it and it's just like you know what I mean? Like just set those boundaries with yourself too, not just other people. Okay, so I wrote this down because I was at work and I was thinking, I want to do a video on the discipline and boundaries. And I wrote this down, and this one is so beyond, like, it's just amazing. And it's just something that you guys need to hear. And yeah, okay, here we go. A lot of times, right? People are so used to the old you and expect you to never change or have boundaries, so they treat you as a joke, and the boundaries you have now, they don't respect. Okay, so let me just break it down. So, people are so used to the old you and how you were that when you set these boundaries, they don't respect those boundaries because they treat it as a joke. They're like, girl, what? And I've experienced this in my life literally vividly. I could just see it because I remember, but I'm not going to explain in depth, but I know that I've been acting different lately. I've been trying to be more respectful and talk more of like a lady because in my past I was more ratchet, right? And I just wanted to switch it up because really deep down inside, like I just want to become a beautiful, lady, and I want to be more feminine. And that's another video I want to make also, of learning to be feminine, because I was very masculine in the past because of my past relationships and the way I was treated. So it kind of built me to be the way I was. So I've been trying to change it. So like I was saying, I had a little interaction with someone that has known me for years, and I was talking to them, but I was talking to them so sweetly, right? And they're, I guess, like I would say they're more of like a toxic person. So I was talking to them very sweetly, and they were like, "Why are you talking like that?" And I'm like, "This is just how I dead ass said, this is just how I am now. Like, I just want to be positive, and I want to talk with respect and calm, like, And I just, from that moment, I was truly like disturbed. Like, I was honestly like sad in my heart for this person, because I'm just like, this person knows that I'm on this journey of self improvement and becoming the best version of myself. And when I witnessed what I witnessed in this conversation, I was just very sad for the person, not for myself. I didn't feel any type of way for myself because I know where I want to go, but I just seen that how can someone being nice and respectful to you make you angry, make you upset, and you tell this person, stop talking like that. You don't even talk like that. I was honestly like, I was honestly just wowed, like very, very wowed. But that's that. I definitely feel like, people treat you as a joke when, you're trying to set boundaries for yourself. And that's what I mean by setting boundaries for yourself. I've been trying to do things differently, speak in a more positive and feminine way, because that's who I want to be, right? I was always this ratchet, didn't care, talked crazy, cursing out the mouth, whatever. I was like that because of situations that I was in and the people that I used to be around for years in my life. And in the beginning of my life, right, when I was a child, everyone would tell me in my family, like, you were literally like the sweetest girl. And I hit high school and I just became so, head over heels over my child's dad, right? And that relationship kind of brought me to this dark place in my life, and I just became more of a very selfish and didn't care about what my family or anyone said. I just was boy, 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 and I just did whatever I wanted to do, basically. And I was just very, I don't give a fuck type of attitude, right? And yeah, it's just kind of sad because I wish that I never had gotten to that point in my life, because now I'm grown and I'm mature and I see so much in myself to where it's like now I have to literally unlearn those things, and you don't understand how hard it is. And still to this day I struggle, things doesn't happen overnight, in a week, in a month. Like, it takes years to change something that has been in your life, that you've been like in your life for years, right? So me trying to be a better woman and speak with respect and very feminine and woman likely, like, right? It's hard, right? So it's something that I struggle with, but I'm getting there day by day. But I've had an experience, like I told you guys, and that was not something that I liked at all. It was very heart hurting. It hurt my feelings a lot because I really want to do better for me and my child and my relationship, my family that I'm building. So, yeah, I just definitely feel like people are not going to understand you when you are on this journey of setting boundaries for yourself, and it's okay. You just need to still have that discipline and stick with those boundaries, regardless of whatever anyone says to you or however they make you feel with your decisions that you are making, you stick and you be stern with them, because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit you in the long run and you're going to become the best version of yourself. And even if you lose these people, just know you losing these people is no loss for you. It's a loss for them, because you are becoming your best self. Okay? You're becoming who you need to be in life, the person that you desire to be, right? And if these people don't, support you in that, it just shows that these people are toxic and they no longer serve a purpose in your life. Okay, you guys, so I have another one with boundaries that I wanted to read to you guys that I have written down a few days ago. And I just feel like this one is very important because it has something to do with family members. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys can relate, and it's very normal, families are not perfect. Okay, so it says it's not guaranteed that anyone will respect your boundaries. A lot of family members have normalized having toxic behaviors towards other like family members on a daily basis. A lot of them lack self awareness they never come to terms with, and they're stuck in their ways, like they're set in their ways. So, I definitely can relate to this, and I know that a lot of people can also, and it's very sad because you expect and you wish that your family members could understand and be differently towards you, and it's just honestly like life. I feel like I don't know how to tell you guys what the best thing is to do, or not even just what's the best thing, because I can tell you what the best thing is to do in these circumstances because I've dealt with it, but I can't tell you if it will make you feel any better, because I'm not gonna lie, I still feel some type of way sometimes, but I can tell you that what I do is ignore it, to a sense of, I know, I talk to myself, I know that I'm going to be the best me one day. And whether they like it or they don't, it is what it is. Or, for instance, just a toxic behavior towards you, I honestly can tell you one thing, and it may hurt because you may not want to do it. You got to leave them alone. You have to move forward. You have to stop the contact. You have to just walk away. And it's so hard to say, especially when it could be someone that, it could be your mother, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, your cousin, right? It could be any of them, right? But if they are toxic to a point where they're bringing you down, and it's no love shown, even if they love you deeply within, but they're showing you so much negativity, you have to let them go. And I'm telling you, I've went through it. And don't get me wrong, like I don't talk to no one really in my family, and I mean that in a way of an everyday thing, because I find that I need to focus on me. Okay, like, it's so important for me to focus on me. And when I have people that have known me from the past and my past decisions and my bad decisions in the past, and they throw it at me and they judge, or they basically like treat me like I'm just my old self, it brings me down. Or I feel like I start doing my old self things, if that makes sense. So I do think that the best thing that I've done was just let them go and move forward and just start focusing on me, myself, and what I want to do to, become the best version of me, of course. So it may hurt and it may not feel good and it may not be something you want to do, but it is something that I think that is very important, especially if you have tried to change the relationships between you and whoever that person is that has been bringing you down, that has been talking to you in a way that is just not respectful. You just got to let it go. And I'm telling you, if you just go day by day and you just start to build this relationship within yourself, you won't need these people. And, you can still have contact in a sense of, how are you? Are you okay? Okay, thank you. That's it. Boom. You can still have that type of contact with this person, but being all the time talking to this person 24/7, they're not going to allow you to grow the way you need to. You need to move away, step back. So yes, I feel like setting those type of boundaries, with even with those people, family members, and just basically letting them know, like, I am not tolerating your BS, your negative energy, your toxic energy. You need to set those boundaries. And if they don't respect them, like I said, they have to go. If people don't respect, even within, we could talk about boyfriends or relationships, or someone that you're just talking to, if they're not respecting you for what you want in your life and these boundaries that you're setting, you're going to talk to them. If you cannot respect and understand my decisions and my boundaries on what I have with so and so, then you have to go. If you allow people to run over your boundaries and, so forth, whatever, you're going to start becoming unhappy within yourself and this relationship with this person. Truly, because you're just not happy at this point because they're doing stuff that you don't want, right? So just try to learn every day. It's hard, but you need to learn. Having discipline with yourself, very, 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 the most important is the most important one. The most important one, please have discipline with yourself, okay? And then after, or in the middle, during, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to have this discussion with my boyfriend because I just don't understand. I feel like you should have discipline first, but I feel like you can have some boundaries in the midst of you trying to learn your discipline, whatever. I'm going to talk to him about it and I'm going to get back to you guys on it. I don't know. But I do think having discipline with yourself is so, so important. Please, you guys, start writing and having those boundaries with these other people. I guess you can have both at the same time, but make sure that you start, setting those boundaries and having that discipline within yourself, and you guys will start to see the growth, and start that writing, start setting those things, like write down, learn your own self, okay? And once you start learning your own self, then you can start setting those boundaries, and then you can start having those disciplines with yourself when you figure out, where do I want to be in life and what's going to make me, allow me to get there. If you like this video, I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys to head over and check out my YouTube channel. I have so many valuable videos talking about so much things that you guys would probably like after watching this video. And yes, I'm just so happy to always, always put out information to you guys so you guys can learn things and, progress and self-improve every single day. Make sure you guys comment down below, or you guys can DM me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram down below in the description box. Thank you guys so, so, so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed, 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 blessed day.